Om Shanti. Good morning. You would have understood while listening to today's song. Baba is going to speak on which topic. Baba comes and makes this Bharat the most elevated land where the most elevated beings used to reside once upon a time. At this confluence age, we all have been making efforts to become the most elevated human beings. And the golden age is also called the elevated age because the elevated human beings, that is, deities, exist in that world. However, human beings don't know, because of which they show Sri Krishna's birth and his life in the copper age, and they are not even aware that the elevated human beings, the deities, exist in the golden age. So Baba comes and makes this land the elevated land, and even people don't know about this task of the Father. How does he make? So Baba just gives this knowledge. The ocean of knowledge comes and gives the true knowledge. That is, he just narrates the true story of becoming Satyanarayan, and he enables everyone become the most elevated human being. The moment we become the elevated human beings, Baba also just describes the qualities of such human beings. So Baba says, you have to celebrate your godly birthday, not the Laukik birthday. So you have to celebrate your Alaukik birthday. So you should have the intoxication that this is your Alaukik birthday, your godly birth. Why have you taken that divine birth? So that your speed of the effort will increase and you will automatically have the ascending stage. So let's listen to the sweet versions of Baba. Today's date is 1st September. The essence, sweet children, you have to become the most elevated human beings at this elevated confluence age. The most elevated human beings are Lakshmi and Narayan. Question: which incognito task are you children carrying out with the Father? Answer: what's that incognito task you children are doing along with the Father? That is the establishment of the original, eternal deity religion and the deity kingdom. You are carrying out this task with the Father in an incognito way. The Father is the Lord of the garden, who is changing this forest of thorns into a garden of flowers. There is nothing fearsome in that garden which could cause sorrow. The song, at last the day for which we had been waiting has come. Om Shanti. The spiritual father sits here and explains to you, spiritual children. He definitely has to explain through a body A soul cannot perform any task without this body. Only once, at this elevated confluence age, does the spiritual father take a body. Baba says, only at this confluence age, the highest on high father has to come and adopt this body. So, this confluence age is also called the most elevated age. So, what does it come after this confluence age? So, the golden age comes after this confluence age, and golden age is also called the most elevated age. The father comes and he establishes that most elevated age. Baba comes at the confluence age and establishes that most elevated age, and he also transforms an ordinary human beings into elevated beings. So definitely this age is called the most elevated age because the highest on high father comes at this time on this land. The golden age is also considered as the most elevated age because that's also created by the highest on high father. So Baba makes you children the most elevated, then you go and stay in that most elevated new world. Most elevated means the highest on high human beings who are Radha and Krishna or Lakshmi and Narayan. Only you have this knowledge. Only we children have this knowledge that who are the most elevated human beings, that is the Radha and Krishna or Lakshmi and Narayan. People of other religions will also agree that they definitely are the masters of heaven. Bharat is praised a great deal. So, first of all, who has made those elevated human beings and who has established that elevated age? And Bharat is also considered as the most elevated land where the deities exist. That's why it is praised a great deal. However, the people of Bharat don't know this themselves. They say that so and so become a resident of heaven, but they don't understand what heaven is. They themselves say that so and so has gone to heaven, which proves that he must have been in hell before. Heaven will come when the Father establishes it. Only the new world is called this. There are the two things. What are those? Heaven and hell. People say that heaven exists for hundreds of thousands of years. You children understand that it was heaven yesterday, that it was their kingdom, Lakshmi and Narayan, and once again you are claiming your inheritance from the Father. The Father says, sweet beloved children, it is because your souls are impure, that's why you are in hell. It's also said that this Iron Age still has 40,000 years left. Therefore, they definitely would be called the residents of Iron Age because they speak such things which signify that they are the residents of the hell. This world is so old. Human beings are in the depths of darkness. At the end, when there is fire, all of this will finish. Baba says, when the world is set to fire, then everything gets turned into ashes. So you have loving intellects number wise. Of course, we become the ones with the loving intellects, but that is also number wise according to the efforts that we make. To the extent you have loving intellects, you will claim a high status to the same extent. To the extent you have that love for the Father, you will claim a high status accordingly. What do you have to do in order to? Those who have loving intellects, Baba just says that they wake up in the morning and remember the Father with a lot of love. You may even have tears of love because it's after a very long time that Father has come and met you. Though you may become emotional in that Baba's love, Baba, you come and liberate us from sorrow. You need to have this kind of heart to heart conversation with Baba. Baba, you come and liberate us from sorrow. We were floundering in an ocean of poison and have continued to become so unhappy. And this is now the depths of hell. Baba has now told you the secrets of the whole cycle. He has come and also explained to you what the soul world is. Previously, you didn't know this. This world is called a forest of thorns. Heaven is called the garden of Allah, that is the garden of flowers. And the Father is also called the Lord of the garden. This is the forest of thorns, that is the depths of hell, and that is called heaven, which is the garden of Allah and the garden of flowers. The Father is also called the Lord of the garden, who makes you flowers into thorns again. It is Ravan. You children understand that Bharat was a garden of flowers, that it is now a forest. Who stay in that forest? Baba says animals and scorpions, etc., live in that forest. There are no fearsome animals in the golden age. They have written so many things in the scriptures, such as that Sri Krishna was bitten by a snake, then this happened, that happened. They have portrayed Sri Krishna in the copper age. The Father has explained that devotion is completely different from this knowledge. Only the one Father is the ocean of knowledge. It isn't that Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar are oceans of knowledge. No. Only the one ocean of knowledge is called the purifier. It's only through this knowledge that human beings receive salvation. The ocean of knowledge comes and he transforms a impure being into a pure one through the knowledge. At the same time, he also makes you elevated beings. There are two places of salvation. The first one is the land of liberation, and the second is the land of liberation in life. The soul, you children know that a kingdom is now being established. However, this is incognito. The Father Himself comes to establish the original eternal deity religion. All others come in their own human costumes. The Father doesn't have a costume of his own. This is why he is called the incorporeal God the Father. Of course, we all human beings have our own respective costumes. However, the Father doesn't have a costume of his own. That is why he comes and adopts that costume. Everyone else is physical. He is called the incorporeal God, the Father of all incorporeal souls. Incorporeal Godfather is the Father of all the incorporeal souls. Your souls live there, and the Father also lives there. However, he is incognito. The Father comes himself and establishes original eternal deity religion. There is no sorrow in the soul world. The Father says, your benefit lies in just one thing. What's that? Where your benefit lies. Baba says, your benefit lies in just one thing, that is the remembrance of the Father. Man manabhav, that's all. So you get benefit only when you are in that stage. It's understood that when someone has become a child of the Father, the child will receive his inheritance. To remember Alpha means to receive the inheritance of the golden aged new world. This impure world definitely has to be destroyed. We definitely have to go to the land of immortality. The Lord of Immortality is telling you the story of immortality to you, Parvatis. So many people go on pilgrimages. So many go to Amarnath. There is nothing there. All of that, people, all the devotees go on various pilgrimages. Baba says all of that is deception. There isn't even a grain of truth. It's also sung that the body is false, Maya is false, and the whole world is false. There has to be a meaning to that. There is only falsehood here. This too is an aspect of this knowledge. It isn't a lie to call a glass a glass. You don't use this phrase when it comes for gross things. Of course, people of the world, of course, say and they understand, and they use even this phrase for something physical. So, on the path of devotion, they just tell lies about the Father. Baba just explains the subtle aspect of using this phrase. Only the one Father speaks the truth. You know that Baba has now come and he is telling you the true story of becoming true Narayan. Artificial diamonds and pearls also exist. Of course, we find a lot of artificial diamonds and pearls in this world. These days, there is a lot of show of artificial things. Their sparkle itself is such that they look even better than the real thing. The sparkle of something artificial looks greater than the real thing. These artificial stones didn't exist here previously. What Baba saw, those jewels or the diamonds, Baba says these artificial stones, they didn't exist previously, that in the golden age. They came here recently from abroad. When the artificial and the real are mixed together, you can't tell them. Instruments have been invented with which you can even recognize them. Baba was Baba's power of discernment was so sharp that he could easily recognize. Then human beings later were not able to recognize, that's why they invented those instruments. Artificial pearls have been invented so that you can't even tell them apart. You children no longer have any doubts. Those with doubts don't come back again. Because this knowledge is the true knowledge and Baba is also the truth. So many come to the exhibitions. The father says, now open big shops. Yours is the only true shop. You open the true shop. The very big sannyasis have very big shops where important people go. You can also open big centers. The expansion of devotion is completely separate from this knowledge. It isn't said that devotion has been continuing from the beginning of the time. No. Through this knowledge, there is liberation all day. There, you were completely voiceless, masters of the world. The salvation takes place through this knowledge. You attain the state of liberation in life. Human beings don't even know this. They don't even have this knowledge. That's why they assume that the devotion has been continuing from the time immemorial. They don't even know that Lakshmi and Narayan were the masters of the world. There were only the Sun dynasty and the Moon dynasty. There were no other religions. There was only one kingdom. You children heard the song. What was that song? At last, the day has come for which we had been waiting. Do you understand that this day of confluence age has finally come when we come to meet our unlimited Father? We are making effort to claim our unlimited inheritance. At last, the day has come. It's set for what? At last, that day has come when we have come to meet our unlimited Father, and we are making effort to claim that unlimited inheritance. In the golden age, you don't say, at last the day has come. People here make plans for a lot of grain and other things. They believe that they are the ones who are establishing heaven. They think that they can have everything in abundance. So they believe that the students are the new blood and they will help a great deal. That's why government works hard on them. However, it is the students who then throw stones, etc. It is the students who are the leaders in causing chaos. They are very clever. They are called those with new blood. There is no question of new blood. Theirs is a blood connection, yours is now a spiritual connection. So our connection is spiritual and theirs is a blood connection. You say, Baba, I'm your 2-month-old child. Some come and say, Baba, I'm 1-month-old child. Some children celebrate their spiritual birthday. It is the godly birthday that should be celebrated. Your physical birthdays should be cancelled because you have taken a new birth, so you should not celebrate. So Baba tells in today's Murli not to celebrate our physical birthdays. We will only feed Brahmins because in centers when birthdays are celebrated, always Brahma Bhojan is prepared and this feed Brahmins. Baba tells the reason it is because this should be celebrated because this is your godly birth and those are impure births. There is a difference of day and night. So Baba tells, however, this happens only when there is faith. Because we should know, when we know the significance of this birth, then we celebrate that. It shouldn't be that you celebrate your godly birthday, then you go back to your impure birth again. Because the value of this godly birth and the intoxication should always be maintained. That also happens. They had continued to celebrate their godly birthdays and then they disappeared. They just go back to the old way of living. These days, they celebrate their wedding anniversaries. They think that weddings are auspicious occasions. They even celebrate, Baba tells, they even celebrate the day of going into degradation. Baba says that it's a wonder, isn't it? The father sits here and explains all of these things. Baba just makes it clear. When we celebrate a birthday, we only remember Shiv Baba. So Baba tells, you can celebrate your godly birthday with Brahmins. We are Shiv Baba's children. When we celebrate a birthday, we only remember Shiv Baba. The children, Baba just has related one of the subtle things with that. Those children whose intellects have faith should celebrate their birthdays. That is, they should celebrate their godly birthdays. Those who have firm faith, so that they forget their impure births. Baba has said this a beautiful thing, or the way of forgetting the old impure birth or the natures associated with that birth. Baba also gives this advice. This is only when should you celebrate your godly birthday, that also only when your intellects have firm faith. You should forget your physical birthdays. We belong to Baba and none other, that's all. Then at the end, we will reach our destination. So Baba tells there is a subtle connection because when we celebrate the physical birthdays, we recall all the things associated with that physical birth, then which takes us to what destination. So Baba tells if we celebrate a godly birthday, then we will recall all the things associated with the divine birth and which will make us reach our destination. If you die in the remembrance of the Father, the next birth you take will be according to that. Otherwise, those who remember their wives at the end, this is also mentioned in the Granth. It said that let there be the water of Ganges in your mouth at the end. All of those things belong to the path of devotion. The Father says to you, even while leaving your body, spin the discus of self-realization. Keep the Father and the cycle in your intellects. It is definitely by continuing to make effort now, you will have that remembrance at the end. Consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father because you children have to return home bodiless. How do you return home? Because you have to become bodiless, and then while playing your parts here, you have become Tamo Pradhan from Sato Pradhan. You now have to make Sato Pradhan once again. At this time, you souls are impure. So, how can you receive pure bodies? Baba has given you many examples. After all, he's a jeweler. Brahma Baba is a jeweler, right? Impurity is not mixed into the jewelry, it's mixed into the gold. If you want to make 24 karat gold into 22 karat gold, you mix silver into that. There is now no gold. Now we have 18 karat or 16 karat. They continue to take it from everyone. Look at the kind of banknotes that they make these days. There isn't even enough paper. Now the currencies of many countries are those plastic notes. So there isn't even enough paper. You children understand that this has been happening for a cycle after cycle. Everyone is fully investigated. People are made to open their lockers, etc. Full checks are made. It is said the wealth of some will be buried, the wealth of others will be looted by the government. Fires will break out. You children know all of that is going to happen. This is why you are preparing your bags and baggages for the future. Other people don't know this. Only you receive the inheritance for 21 births. Baba tells only you children receive the inheritance for 21 births. It is with your money that Bharat is being made into heaven. You yourselves will then reside there. You children claim your tilaks of sovereignty by your own efforts. Baba, the Lord of the poor, has come to make you into the masters of heaven. However, you become those according to how much you study. How do you become the masters of the world? The Lord of the poor, Baba, has come to make you into a master of heaven. It's only happens only when you study. Doesn't happen through mercy or blessings. It's the teacher's duty to teach. It's not the matter of mercy. Teachers receive salary from the government, so definitely they will teach you. You receive such a big reward, you become multi-million times fortunate. They show a symbol of a lotus at the Sri Krishna's feet. You have come here to become future multi-millionaires. You become very happy, wealthy, and immortal. You gain victory over death. Human beings can't understand these things. When your lifespans are over, you become immortal. They believe they have created the images of Pandavas, showing them to be very big and tall. They believe that the Pandavas were very tall. You are those Pandavas. There is a difference of the day and night. People aren't that tall. They are only 6 feet tall. Baba says the maximum tallest that would be only 6 feet. And on the path of devotion, there is first the devotion of Shiv Baba. They can't build a big image of him. First, there is the unadulterated devotion of Shiv Baba. Then they carve statues of the deities and they make very big idols of them. Then they make big images of Pandavas. They make those idols so that they can worship them. The worship of Lakshmi takes place once every 12 months. There is this festival that is called Dhanteras, and they worship Jagadamba, that is the world mother, every day. Baba has also explained that you are doubly worshipped. Baba is worshipped just as the soul or the lingam. You are worshipped in the form of saligrams and also as deities. How much Baba explains the knowledge to erase that intoxication. So when they hold a sacrificial fire of Rudra, they have created so many saligrams. So who is greater? This is why Baba says, Namaste to you children. Since you are doubly worshipped, that's why Baba tells Namaste to you children. He enables you attain such an elevated status. Baba tells you such deep things. Therefore, you children should have a lot of happiness. God is teaching us to make us into gods and goddesses. We should thank Him so much. By staying in the remembrance of the Father, you will have good dreams and you will also have good visions. How much we spend our time in Baba's remembrance, so we will also have such divine dreams and visions. Acha, to you, sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you, spiritual children. And we spiritual children also offer love, remembrance, and say good morning, Namaste to the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The essence for the first one. Celebrate your godly spiritual birthday and maintain your spiritual connection, not a blood connection. Cancel your physical and impure birthday. It shouldn't even be remembered. Today, Baba gives this title, the physical impure birthday must be cancelled. It shouldn't even be remembered. The second one, prepare your bags and baggages for the future. Use your wealth in a worthwhile way to serve Bharat and make it into heaven. Give yourself the tilak of sovereignty with your own efforts. Today's Bap Dada's sweet blessing. May you be a easy yogi who cooperates with the Yajna with love and cooperation. May you be an easy yogi who cooperates with the Yajna with love and cooperation. Bap Dada loves the love of the children. Those who are loving and cooperative with the Yajna automatically become easy yogis. Cooperation is easy yoga. The Father, the conqueror of hearts, loves the love of the heart and the cooperation of the heart. Those who have small hearts become happy making a small deal, whereas those with big hearts make an unlimited deal. The value is of the love, not of the thing, and this is why the handful of raw rice of Sudama has been remembered. The value is of the love, not of the thing. Generally, no matter how much someone gives, if there is no love in it, it's not accumulated. This is the subtle philosophy. Even when a little, because even if you give something very ordinary thing with a lot of love, that means a lot. So Baba says even a little is accumulated with love, it becomes a multi-million. Slogan. In order in order to ensure that your time and energy are not wasted, you have to think before you act. Today's Avyakt signal. Now ignite the fire of love and make your yoga volcanic. Bap Dada is giving special signals to you children. Children, now let your love be volcanic. Become one who destroys evil and burn any karmic accounts that still remain in your mind of your relations and contacts in this intense fire of love. Om Shanti. This was Baba's Baba's invaluable versions. Om Shanti. All the sisters and brothers who have come as a sevadaris in sisters and surrender brothers Bhatti are requested to be at Dadiji's meeting hall at 11 a.m. so that you can receive your godly gift. Let's listen today's Bhatti schedule from respected Sharda Didiji. Om Shanti. Today is 1st September. Those Kumaris who have come for training, can you please stand? Around 400 sisters have come, Kumaris have come. Your trainings inauguration would be at hall number 3 of this training center, and 5 p.m. onwards there will be the inauguration, and there will be a class, and all of you will be informed about all the things. And then respected Mohini Didiji will arrive to give her good wishes and her shower her blessings. And we have Avatar brother that is the social service wing. This wing has contributed a lot with regard to the blood donation. He will just give you a brief note about that. And all the surrendered brothers and teachers are requested to be seated here. All the surrendered brothers of trial who have come here, can you stand? Okay, please be seated. The training is going to start today at Manmohini 1 at 5 p.m. You can reach the Global Auditorium, Manmohini 1, where you will be welcomed with a tilak, and there will be your post that, and there will be a class, and you will be given the goal or the aim of this bhatti. Let's listen to the news of Avatar brother. Om Shanti. The yajna which is being sustained by Bab Dada and the inspirations of all the ancestor souls and the blessings of the ancestor souls and the love and the cooperation of all the seniors. So various programs are usually arranged from time to time. So every year, that is on the Universal Brotherhood Day, that's on the Remembrance Day of respected Dadi Prakash Muni ji. And the new program which has also been associated is the blood donation. This time, this blood donation was the form which it has taken is like that of a national festival. All the brothers and sisters came front to extend their support. All the programs which are usually organized, because all become very successful with the determined thoughts of Brahmins and Baba's support. But this blood donation camp, which was organized, it was in itself a great achievement in the history of the sacrificial fire. It's a new, it has taken us to a new heights. All the zeal and enthusiasm which all our brothers and sisters had, because all the other people weren't associated with this organization, they were not willing to support. So the people of the society, this time it's a wonder that they themselves took initiative and they associated with us, and in some places we found that a few people have also have come forward to take up the course. Just like Baba says, just like how Baba explains how while doing or organizing different programs or services, how the public is associated with this organization, how they are coming front, they are coming forward to take up the course. The data which is received as of now, it's quite good now. And we have made it a world record. It's a big achievement. The first position is of Maharashtra, the next one is of Nepal, and the third one goes to Gujarat. Rajasthan has also performed wonder. The Rajasthan has claimed the fourth position. You may wonder how those services were held. Now the sisters have been calling and they are coming in contact with us, and they are just saying how they are able to give Baba's message through this program. Because till today, uh, it has not happened on such a large scale. So for the first time, this program has even extended its area till Nepal. There was this myth or the belief that sisters could not donate blood as much as brothers do, but this time they have proved it a false one by giving, where a large number of sisters also donated blood. So usually blood bank has got the capacity or the quantity of blood to be collected. So because we were not able to collect the blood of few sisters as they had reached the maximum quantity, even in global hospital, sisters also had donated blood. There was this myth in the society where females or sisters could not donate blood. So this myth was completely erased this time. How we are receiving the feedback and the request from centers that to organize this camp every year. Om Shanti. Let's remember Baba for 2 minutes. Samarpit Brothers schedule. Today's self respect is I am the soul who is complete with all the powers. 10 to 11.